Getting you to design, or actually going to model a learning state. You're going to model my learning state. This process is not restricted to a learning state. You can call it anything you want to. You can do a state for negotiation, relationship with your spouse. Anyone with spouses? If you want to have a good state for relating to your spouse, they probably get suspicious why you are different. But we're doing about learning is about observing and discovery for us. It's a place of being non-judgmental. My learning state is actually made up of multiple states. We don't just rock up into the world as just one state. People are not necessarily aware of that. One say, oh, I have a learning state. That's a primary level, means you're relating to something that's outside of you. You want to learn about something, about someone, and something outside of this. But what's the quality of that learning? What's that state made up of that creates then that energy and that environment where actually learning can occur? So as I said to you earlier, the way I was learning, I was not enjoying learning. It was hard. It was judgmental learning, in the fact that I judged myself for not being good enough. But I also did something else. I judged the teacher. I used to be a trainee from hell. Because I used to, you agree? I worked for the Hyatt Hotel many years ago for a few years. And I remember this one training manager, I didn't like it that much. So I would just walk in and say, don't like the way you talk, I don't like the way you dress, I don't like all this talk happening in my head. So what did I miss out on? On training and well, I learned something, but probably not to a level where I could have learned. When you reckon my turning point came, when I started standing in front of people. Most of you have, well, you're a trainer, you've done a presentation, you just did one with Ari recently, which was a really good environment. I'm not sure if you felt it that way. But the thing is, I just thought to myself, ooh, it's a different story being here and having people looking at you and I don't know what they're doing, if they're throwing knives at you or judging you or whatever that is. So that sort of changed my mind a bit, to be a bit more kinder to people who actually present it, because it's not necessarily that easy for people. But recently, when I teach this stuff now, I sort of teach out of experience of what actually that state is doing for me. And a lot of people have taken the state on and using that in their own lives. First of all, I ask often people, what do you see? What do you see in me, or what do I represent to you? It's the guy standing in front of you, talking to you, and I get words like you're the trainer, you're the coach, you're the mentor, you're the facilitator, you're the blah blah blah. All these things, which to some extent are correct. But there's two things first. The first thing is, and it's actually two labels I give myself, and then I change the wording. It's the first one is I'm a human being. I'm a human being, and that's non-negotiable.
That's good.
Some people call me an animal. Non-negotiable. The second is I'm a learner. These are the frame. When we talk about intention, the frame controls the game. The frame controls the game. The frame that you're setting will control how you play the game, and if you play your own game or someone else's game. Who has bought into someone else's frame? What happens when you do that? That's when they push your buttons.
Depends on the game.
You make me do this. He's an idiot. I don't like him. I don't like him. So the moment you're responding like this to someone, either their behaviour or if they say something, do you have a sense of duty when your boss tells you to do something? Do you feel like, oh my God, the boss told me something, I've got to do it? Does anyone has that? Now, are you operating by your own frame, or have you just bought into their frame? You have bought their frame. You're now running by your frame. But the frame controls the game. What was my frame? Human being. Then the second is learner. I am here to learn. When I say I'm here to learn, but I'm also in the world. I love learning. So that's my second frame. And then I do something else. I do facilitating. I do training. I teach a process. I do coaching. I ask some questions. I do speaking. I tell some stories. So you need words. They're not nouns. They're process words. I'm not defined by coach. Who defines themselves by coach or trainer? Okay, the moment you put an identity on it, I see people that become static. I'm a coach. Therefore, I don't do the other things. I like to do them all at the same time if I have to, because it's just a mode of a delivery mode. Okay, that really changes because a process word has flow to it. It's moving, whereas a static word it basically makes you static. So, because human to human is critical, is because who do I see in the room? Which thing is my foreground? Who do I see in the room? When I'm in this state, by the way, I can do other states where I can see other things in people. So to me, you're all naked right now. No. But the thing is, I do not see. I know you're wearing clothes, but I do not see the clothes. I see the human being. That allows me to connect. The moment I put a label on, as I said earlier, I was brought up in the German society. It's very hierarchical. I was brought up that if the suit comes your way, you kind of bow. You not speak up to them. So for many years, I would walk around like this. Okay. So the moment I go, okay, this is a senior manager. Oh my God, oh my God, they're better than me. They know more than me. They're powerful. They're all this stuff. Or I don't like the way this person talks. What I'm doing at this moment, I'm turning my energy at myself. What happens when I turn my energy at myself? Who do I connect with, or who do I not connect with anymore?
Anybody on the outside.
Anybody on the outside. When I'm in my flow state, I've lost myself. It's through people, and I'm in the room. Okay? So that's quite so the moment I put labels on things, my energy shifts. My shoulder drop, my breathing changes. I'm starting to tense up my muscles. I might have a slight frown on my forehead. And if I do that, I comfortably feel around me then. So I think these are the little things that people pick up on. They might not sure what it is, but there's something in the air that they might feel uncomfortable with. It just shifts the relationship slightly. I'll check that one out because it's not very nice. Okay. So I'm delivering texturing my learning state. I'll bring some quality to it. And one is this. Curiosity. I bring curiosity to my learning. Curious learning. Because I want to be curious about who's in the room. I want to be curious about what makes you tick. What's your background? You know, what excites you? So my attention goes on intention and attention. So my attention goes on to listening what you have to say, and I do this without judgment. So I want to texture with something else, and that's playfulness. Playfulness means I want to have some fun, enjoy myself. Yeah, sometimes playful means I'm going crazy, but playful just means I want to have some fun. I want to relax about what I'm doing. So I bring playfulness to it. But the other one, which is another to me critical one, is that of what we call knowing nothing. Who does know nothing really well? At times.
Can't remember.
Probably those little ones. Because they know nothing. So they approach the world and plays a being. Oh, I don't know anything. But knowing nothing to me, again, this is how I represent this to me internally and how I put them into my body. So curiosity means I'm fully engaged with what's in front of me, seeking to understand. Playfulness means I just want to have fun. I want to be relaxed. Be able to just play idiot if I have to. If it's in context. Knowing nothing means suspending my judgment. So I have everything I know or don't know up here. I can access it. But when I listen to someone, I don't have to be comparing like, oh, do I like this, do I dislike it, I'm the same opinion. Just want to wait until you stop talking so I can wrong you or whatever that is. So I want to leave that up here. So then I build a relationship to learning that's attached to curiosity, playfulness, and knowing nothing. Who likes ice cream? Who eats ice cream? And who mixes different flavours of ice cream? You don't? Okay. So I just want to look for you, Craig. What happens when you take 2 or 3 different flavours of ice cream, you put them together? Gorgeous. Gorgeous. That's a beautiful state to be in. So what happens to the flavour?
Changes.
It changes. So that's like what we call a gestalt, and something new emerges. And that often happens when you step into, when you flavour your state with different states, and you put it on, often have people going like, oh, this is something like, I'm calling this now. So something else often emerges, okay? But but listen and observe the feedback. Feedback in terms of what are the changes that I'm experiencing in my body, okay? So that's what I want to play with. You could add anything you wanted to this. You could pick your own. Just for the practicality of this exercise, we just want to model, and what we do, I'm going to demonstrate this in a moment to you. And we're using these words, but we're adding your meaning to curiosity, your meaning to playfulness, your meaning of knowing nothing. Curiosity could be, who's been a child? That's a question. Who remembers Christmas as a child? Who enjoyed Christmas as a child? What was Christmas like for you?
Things under the tree.
Things under the tree.
Expectation.
Okay.
Picking things up, rattling them, trying to work out what's inside.
Okay. So you pick things up and rattling them around. So you were kind of curious about it?
Absolutely. I peel off bits of paper where no one else noticed that you had a pick.
So what we want to access these states, right? And what these states do, what we want is give the body, the neurology, a reference to what it is like when I'm feeling curiosity. What I just did here, I used just this process, but I used content to get a state of curiosity, to access that. I grab that state, we lock it in, and then we can take that state and apply it to a different content. We had a lady, lady 40 years of age, 3 kids from 3 different fathers, and we wanted to add confidence to her state, and she went, I've never really been confident in my life, never been a confident person. I said, you've got 3 children, haven't you? I said, yeah. I said, do you remember when they were little? Yeah. And you changed their nappies, did you? Yeah. So did you do that confidently? Yeah. Because often what people do to access a state they're not in right now, so they say think positive or feel confident, they're looking at an event, like some of you don't do public speaking. Public speaking would be a classic. So if I say just feel confident, so they're looking at an event that freaks them out. Well, you can't find confidence there. You've got to go somewhere where you have experienced confidence. And it's generally you can access it by remember a time when you feel really confident. Or imagine if you were confident, what would it be like? So you access that first, you can actually, your neurology can feel it. And then you turn to that event. See what happens then. You still